This is on-air production by your local village idiot.
DJ Kim.
I thought he was
Just go ahead and call me out.
I'm
I
just
thought he
calling
was
you by
just,
your name.
Your local village idiot, DJ Ken.
thought he
Thank
was
you,
setting his
thank you,
watch.
TA. Tia.
He's over there. It's 9:32. Wait, no.
Hold on. Your local village idiot, DJ Ken.
Well, I tell you, I've got one more story to share.
Okay.
About the Vandals.
Ask me if I'm surprised. We've been on the air already for 27 minutes.
Well, some of us have, but no. Van does have a bye week this week, and I asked Coach Moffitt about what they're going to be doing during the bye week. I did not know until today that Van is out of school the rest of the week after today for 3 days for fall break. Yeah. So he basically only had Monday and Tuesday practices this week with his team.
Yeah.
So after today, he won't see his team again until Monday.
Well, that's interesting, and I think that's the same case maybe in is Canton on a fall break? Do you know, Joe?
I'm not sure what.
Wills Point, they may be on fall break.
Yeah.
All three of those teams are on a bye.
Well, of course, Wills Point's on the 4-day week anyway.
That's right.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
But-
Anyway, carry on.
But anyway, they will start district play next Friday, the 10th, 7 p.m. kickoff at Spring Hill. We'll talk more about Spring Hill next week. In the meantime, Engineer Ken, it's time for some sponsors.
For the love of all that is decent. Please do that.
Okay, I will. We are brought to you tonight by Austin Bank with branches in Van and Grants.
You notice how he got solemn all of a sudden doing that? You need to start over. But he got solemn. All right, and we need to do this. We're brought to you by Austin Bank.
Trying to show some professionalism.
Okay, time out. We're going to time out.
Okay.
Now start with the professionalism.
All right. We are brought to you tonight by Austin Bank with branches in Van and Grants Lane. We're also brought to you by Exit Realty Pro at 1445 South Buffalo Street in Canton, 903-567-7777. We're brought to you by Epic Industrial, the power of service. They wish the best of luck to all Van Zandt County High School football teams. We're brought to you by Dwayne Wheeler Farmers Insurance, Auto, Home, Life, Business, Farm, and Ranch, 903-963-8887. They are located at 121 West Main in Van. We're brought to you by Goods Service Station. We sell service at Goods Service Station, 903-963-7848, located at 172 East Main in Van. They now carry farm diesel. And we're brought to you by Elliott & Waldron Abstract and Title Company of Canton at 681 West Dallas Street in Canton, 903-567-4127. I'm David Barber, Van Zandt News sports correspondent, joined by T.A. Hale from the Buzz Brothers, the counselor, Joel Elliott. Engineer Ken is with us tonight, and he's been so quiet and so unassuming over there.
You can hush your mouth, David Barber.
I feel like we're not giving him proper time to express himself.
You've been under duress.
All right.
Segment.
David has been
I've been under
much
duress since I got here at 5 o'clock.
Okay, so here's the deal. I got to let everybody know what's going on. Currently, the show was delayed. The Van Vandals were not on the air right now, and that is because David Barber was here way before I was, and he started the show without me. No, that's not it at all. Regular life got in the way. It slowed me down. But by the way, I'm recording this episode. We're live streaming right now, but I'm going to go back and take this live episode or the recorded episode and put it back on so that you can catch David's comments about the Van Vandals along with Joel Elliott and T.A. Hill. To get all that on the air. But I do want to tell you that we are at the Native Sun here on the corner of Buffalo and Dallas. Some people like to say we're on the corner of bestest and delicious, but that's a whole nother story. Though, as a matter of fact, I believe Joel Elliott has already put in for a change in the names of the streets so that it would become the corner of bestest and delicious.
You know, it's,
Buffalo
Cedric
and
the Entertainer
Dallas.
said, "You can't call no grown man delicious."
Who said that?
Cedric the
Cedric
Entertainer. The great Cedric the
There
Entertainer.
you go.
He did. He's Cedric.
Not a
He's-
grown man.
Yeah, no. He a big man, but not a grown man.
That's right.
He's still growing.
No.
I've heard that, but that's a whole nother story. Anyway, having said this, we are at the corner of Buffalo and Dallas at Native Sun. We invite you down because we're talking about your favorite players. David Barber just talking about the Van Vandals. Joel Elliott is going to talk about, I don't know, some people.
Well, we're going to let
here.
him talk about
And-
the Wills Point Tigers.
Yeah, but he's going to
Yeah.
talk about them and somebody else that he's.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway,
There'll
whoever
be
he's
another
fond
team
of.
he'll be talking
And then ultimately, what we're coming down to is this: TA is going to be talking about Canton, even though he wasn't there because he got picked up by Slushy.
Yes.
Happens to the
So-
best of us.
But why?
Happens to the best of us, right?
But why don't we talk about the Wills Point Tigers? Because they won
Yeah.
Yes.
Friday night.
Yeah.
And Joel has the details.
All right.
What Joel does?
I got
Yes.
some details here. Now,
One bit.
there's one detail I'm not exactly clear on.
Hold on. If they're a tiger and they're detailed, does that make them a bobcat?
Curious minds.
Is
wanna
it
know.
is the stripe orange or black?
Does it matter?
Only if you're in Grand Saline.
We're talking about tails.
All right, so Wills Point won 35-7, and they had they broke, what was it, a 2-game losing streak that
Right.
they had?
I believe so.
Right.
So they went and just took it to Waxahachie Live. It was 35-7, and it was a road game. So they did that on the road. Brian Martinez led rushing with 88 yards. He had 14 carries. Now this is where I'm not clear. I'm not sure because he also had an interception, and I think he carried that back for a touchdown. But I know he had two touchdowns.
He had 2 touchdowns, and I'm thinking based on the the accuracy of the reporting here, it may be in question. But it appears that the 2 touchdowns were both on offense.
So if that's the case, then I think there may be another interception that was by Grayson Mixon, and his went back for a touchdown. One of the two of them had a pick six, is what I've discerned from this.
You're going to give them both credit somehow. That's good.
Either way, Wills Point finished with 348 total yards, 118 passing, 230 on the ground. They ran 57 plays. Cunningham had 2 receptions for 39 yards. Martinez caught a 21-yard pass. Senior Braden Crow had 4 receptions for 33 yards, and Jax King with an X caught 4 passes, 26 yards, and he was the leading receiver in the game. Michael Baker had 5 solo tackles on defense, 2 assisted, and 2 for a loss. Martinez had 2 solo tackles and had 3 assists and had that pick that we were talking about earlier. Mixon, who I also told you had a pick a while ago, one of the 2 of them carried it back for a touchdown. He had 3 solo tackles, 3 assisted, and 1 for a loss. I know at the start of the season there was kind of some concern. I still like Wills Point. I mean, I think they're winning the games they're supposed to, and in the games that they've lost, I haven't been as blown away by it as, I mean, it was Crum at the beginning. Crum's really, really good.
Yeah.
They're not crummy?
They're not crummy.
Oh.
I was just checking.
You are on fire.
I'm on fiber. It's a new diet.
Like
I'm
I
just
said,
saying.
he's on fiber.
You know, that
So-
that kind of skewed your idea of what Wills Point was. I think they got beat 72
Yeah,
to 10
yeah,
or
it-
something.
Yeah, and then
come back and beat Venus 35 to nothing. or
bunch to
so you
not
don't know who
much.
they are.
Well, I think what we've seen here is that if Wills Point does not turn the ball over,
Then yes,
they're going to be in pretty much
and I
every
think
game they play.
even if you go back and look at the Maybank game, it got away from them because of turnovers in the second half.
Yes.
Is at least what it appears to be me. So they've got a week off, and then they start district, right?
That's right, and they're going to open district at Quinlan Ford. Quinlan Ford is undefeated, and that's going to be a Thursday game on October the 9th.
Okay.
But,
And I'll just tell you, and while we're at a slight lull at the end of the Wills Point report, and we're talking about Quinlan Ford, I'm looking at the Harris rating system. Quinlan Ford is 48. Van is number 20. Canton's number 19. Canton has passed Van in the Harris rating system. And the great thing about the Harris rating system, about this time in the season, it starts getting a little more accurate. Now, I know that this isn't, starting anything between Canton and Van.
He not trying to start nothing, but hey, let me say this.
But according to the Harris rating system, they would tie. So even though it's got Canton one notch ahead, because you have to have somebody ahead of the other. So I don't know how maybe it's alphabetical. Maybe that's why Canton's ahead. But I would love to see Canton and Van play this year.
When we,
But
when
it's
we
not
get
happening.
to-
Well, I mean, not
Okay.
in the regular season.
Not in the regular season. I can hope.
Well,
I
yeah,
can,
sure.
We can see how this plays
It's an
out.
all Van Zant County playoff.
I'm telling you, it would be, and maybe they could go play in Grand Saline.
And I've got some thoughts about Canton.
Then I don't have to go very far to watch you
Talk about that.
So, while I'm just talking about wishing and dreaming here,
He's a wishing
Interesting.
and a dreaming
Very
and a
interesting.
hoping and a dreaming.
So that's Will's Point and Coach Boxley.
yes,
They're 2-3.
That's correct.
yes,
Okay.
Not to be confused with Canton.
which is 5-0.
I mean, I wasn't going to say that, but since you brought it up.
And here's the thing.
Hold on. What's the number 5 on the Whataburger
And-
menu?
It scares me that you might know that.
I do.
I know.
I'm going to hush now.
But and I know you're going to get to Canton here in a minute, but I really do. I like what's going on in Wills Point. I feel good about where they're heading. And before you start talking about Canton and Van, I like that everybody seems to be doing well. We're talking about teams that are winning across the board here, and that's not typical for us. Usually we're having some down moments, but right now Van Zant County as a whole is not doing bad.
And it's what we want, really, on this
Yes.
show especially. We're here to
Yes.
support these teams and schools, and it is a lot better when we got a lot of positive stuff to talk about on the air with all these teams. It's kind of a quiet week for us. We've only got 2 games
That's right.
this week because of the open week.
Right.
But who do y'all want to go to next?
Canton Eagles.
Okay. All right.
hear it.
Let's talk Canton Eagles. So I was not there, but
I know you weren't. I mean,
I had someone that filled in
My
for
bad.
me admirably, Carter Day. He's the heir apparent to this whole Canton broadcast thing, whether he knows it or not. And his wife may not appreciate that, but he can't have my job just yet. But we're grooming him. We're grooming him, and he did a great job on Friday night. I think the Eagles were up 36-0 at halftime when I turned it on. They had
no. The first play,
Okay, so it's 36-7 or whatever.
6,
36
because they
6.
tried to go for 2, and they lost it.
No
So
good.
it was great because we were like, uh-oh. Kickoff, first play, long pass, touchdown.
And listen, Rusk did have some athletes. They had kids that if they got the ball in space, they could be dangerous. And so that's the final score. There was 61-20. So Canton runs their record to 5-0 in 13 of their last 16 games. That's pretty impressive. They had a really balanced night in Rusk. They ran it for 206 yards. Passing, Court Ray had his best night of the year, 335 yards passing. Total offense was 541 yards. And so I'll give you some individual stats here. Court Ray was 26 of 37 for 335 yards, 6 TDs, no interceptions. That's a really high
None.
QBR, right?
Nary one.
He ran it 11 times for 76 yards. He is a real weapon, both running and passing for the Eagles, and that's all you can say about it. Okay, so Conrad Bastian, the senior, he ran it 13 times for 70 yards and a touchdown. And they had the freshman Eli Boggs caught 8 balls for 100 yards in the trifecta, 3 touchdown passes. Just a freshman.
And I mentioned that Coach Regal named Eli Boggs the Player of the Week.
Thank you, David. Thank you.
I started calling him Skag Boggs.
I don't know if we've ever had a freshman be named player of the anything, right? For the Canton
Unless
Eagles.
Court Ray was last year.
Last year, maybe he could have.
Because
So,
Court Ray was, newcomer of the year on
That's true.
defense.
That's true, on defense, yeah, on defense. Eli Lewis, and all he did was catch 12 balls for 150 yards, 2 touchdowns. Kason French had a quiet night, 2 catches for 20 yards. On the defensive side, Carson Hawkins, he had 13 tackles and an interception. Branson Chamblee, he had 10 tackles, also 1 tackle for loss. Jaden Lopez, 10 tackles and a forced fumble. Callan O'Neill, he had 7 tackles and 1 sack. Brendan Moore had 7 tackles, and I could go on, but I had to cut it off somewhere.
Yeah. Well,
So
you know.
the Eagles had a really good night on the defensive side. So at the halfway point, we can talk about some season things here. Of course, they're 5-0. Their leading rusher, or I'm sorry, I guess you'd say their leader on offense is Court Ray. He's got 359 yards rushing and 7 touchdowns. Look at this balance on from a pass run standpoint. They have run it for 1,300 yards and passing 1,005 yards. 17 touchdowns in the air, 17 touchdowns on the ground.
That's impressive.
Very balanced on the defense through 5 games, giving up 8 points a game.
Yeah.
And on the offensive side, they're averaging 49 points a game. So they're rolling. I want to point this out also. You talk about a deep room. Their running back room is really impressive. They've got at least 3 guys who could easily be your full-time back.
Sure.
Easily. And fellas, Austin Taywater, who's coming back hopefully this next week, he was the one who they thought would be their main runner this year. He's not even in the picture yet.
Right.
You talk about a crowded room. It's like an embarrassment of riches.
It's easy to get lost in that.
Right. And we haven't even talked about Bryson Prox. So, yeah, the Eagles are pretty deep on talent there. Going to get some players back from injury. Hopefully, Austin Taywater may come back and play a little bit, kind of get him a little bit of action in the Kemp game, getting ready for district going forward. You got Rylan Broyles, who's your starting center. He's scheduled to possibly be back after the bye. And then you got, I think, Jacob Eckerd. He was out last week. I think that's a concussion. He should be back. And then we're waiting on Big Keelan Woods, who's a really important part of the offensive line, for him to come back. So taking a quick look at the district as it stands, you got Canton at 5-0, Quinlan Ford at 5-0, Sunnyvale 4-1. Their loss was to Texarkana Pleasant Grove. Okay, so then you got Ferris at 2-3, Wills Point 2-3, Kemp at 1-4. How'd they ever win a game? So if you just take a look at this, it looks like I can say this because I'm not a coach. I can say stupid stuff. I'm just a
That's
radio
right.
guy. I say dumb stuff.
I do it every week.
All the time. So it looks like this may be a 3-horse race, obviously. And the thing about it is with Canton, the games that – I'm just going to say this. I know you're not supposed to say this, but the games that probably matter are the last 2.
Well, I was talking to somebody about this the other day, and I said, Canton will be 8-0 when they play Quinlan Ford.
Unless something really weird happens.
Yeah. They're going to be 8-0.
Like their bus breaks down.
Yeah.
Like they can't find the stadium.
Right, exactly.
But here's the thing that really impresses me about what Canton has done this season. You just rattled off several names there. I mean, they're getting contributions from a number of players each and every week.
Yeah.
And however, and I don't mean to throw any
It's okay.
bad stuff here.
Shade.
Oh,
Yeah,
he's
I'm not-
throwing
I'm-
shade.
no.
It's okay.
He's throwing shade.
But with all of these one-sided victories that they've had, they haven't been challenged in the fourth quarter yet.
No.
And Court Ray, if I'm not mistaken, he has not played a fourth quarter at all.
He may have played some in this fourth. He did. He played some in the Russ game, but
No,
just
he didn't.
but handing the ball off.
Yeah.
But David, I see where you're going with that.
Yeah.
And it kind of leads me to my next point was, after 5 games, what do we know about this Canton team? We know they're young.
Right.
We know they're talented. We know
Yes.
they're deep. We know they're well coached. And every week we'll say, oh, maybe they'll get tested this week against Maybank, or maybe they'll get tested this week against whoever. And they continue to just destroy opponents. So we don't know, David, how good is this team? We're waiting to find out.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it may be 3 or 4 more weeks before we really find out.
Yeah.
The other thing that we know is David will throw shade on that.
I'm just telling you.
It's a legit question.
I am just saying.
We actually talked about that before the game.
So, and here's the other thing.
At Rusk.
Because I looked at this last week, and I just looked at it again while y'all were talking. Out of all of the opponents, out of the 5 opponents that Canton's played, the 5 of them have 3 wins.
Yeah.
So there's
and all with new head coaches.
yes. So I mean, but here's the other side of that. What more could Canton have done to convince anybody?
Beat 'em 100 nothing?
Yeah, I mean, so
Yes.
it's one of those things where we're sitting back and we're not sure what Canton is because of who they played. But I don't think you could have asked any more out of them.
Exactly.
I mean, they've done what they were supposed to do against teams that they were supposed to do it against. So you can't really say, well, anything negative about them because all they've shown you is positive, and they haven't had an opportunity to beat up on a Van
Leave it
No.
to the legal
or a
Eagle
Sunnyvale.
to bring that out.
So they're going to hit week 8, and that may be the first time they really have a team that's comparable.
You would think, unless Ferris can do something, I know Ferris is athletic and they were picked preseason above Canton. Unless they have a really good night, I would think that might be the last possible chance they could be challenged before Quinlan Ford.
And I think Canton beats them by 4 touchdowns or more.
What?
Ferris or Quinlan Ford?
Ferris.
I feel like they
I
probably
don't think they have a close game until
they're
Till
so
Quinlan.
until
they're
Quinlan.
so good on defense.
I so can't wait till we get back to the picks so I can find out, where your picks are on that one.
But I will just say this. I saw Sunnyvale a couple of weeks ago, and they are playing a big-time schedule in non-district.
Yes.
They beat Van. Their game against Texarkana Pleasant Grove, all right, they lost by 12 points. That game was tight in the fourth quarter.
David, they're ranked 6th in the state
Yes.
according to Max Preps.
And let me tell you, their quarterback is an outstanding player.
They're a powerhouse.
And it is going to take a really good team on a really good night to beat Sunnyvale.
And to add on to that, the team that comes third out of this district is going to have a hard road. So getting the number 2 seed at least is very important in terms of playoffs.
Yes.
So a lot on the line.
Yeah. And but I tell you, it's a lot of fun.
It is. And so Canton's on the bye week. We come to homecoming next week with the Kemp Yellow Jackets coming to town. And so you've got a week here to get rested up and kind of get ready for this final push here. And so, best of luck to Coach Regal in the.
And I don't know if you got a chance to talk to Coach Regal this week, but I asked him Monday. I said, "Well, what are y'all going to do on your bye week?" "Oh, we got techniques and fundamentals we need to work on." So it doesn't sound like it was going to be a walk in the park.
That's
Players this week.
No time to rest.
No time to rest.
Okay.
All right, we're going to move on and talk about some other sponsors, and then we're going to come back and talk about 2 teams that need to be on alert not to look ahead until the following week. We're going to talk about Grand Saline and Edgewood. After this break. We're brought to you tonight by Legacy Dental Group, family dentistry, cosmetic dentistry, oral surgery, orthodontics, sedation dentistry, 240 East Highway 243 in Canton, 903-508-2923. We're brought to you by the Rick John State Farm Insurance Agency at 100 North 4th Street in Wills Point, 903-873-2858, Auto, Home, Life, and Health. We're brought to you by Robertson Electric, commercial and residential air conditioning and heating service, free estimates. They have 2 locations. Wills Point is 903-873-2461. Terrell is 972-563-5254. We're brought to you by M Square Property Management Company at 1455 South Buffalo Street in Canton, 903-502-0202. We're brought to you by Legacy Ag Credit, financing your legacy. Rural land, country homes, opening capital, farms and ranches, livestock and equipment. 903-567-2251. And we're brought to you by Hall Chevrolet GMC. They're located at 385 West Dallas Street in Canton, 903-567-4106. I'm David Barber of Van Zant Newspapers. Pleased to be joined by T.A. Hale from the Buzz Brothers. Where'd he go?
I don't know.
He'll be back.
He went to Buzz.
Yeah, okay, he'll be back. And we'll just leave it at that.
That's right.
And we're also joined by Joel Elliott, the counselor.
That's right.
Engineer Ken, do you have something that needs to be said?
I do. We have something we want to run for you right here. Check this out. You ever have one of those times where things just don't seem to work out? You hit play and it played on the air, but it didn't play right here where we could hear it. But that, my friends, was Parker's Finds and Antiques right here on the square. And so for those of you who didn't get to hear it, my deepest apologies. And for those of you who did.
And they're on the south side of the square, by the way.
Well, tell me exactly where, David.
Well, they're next door to my old office.
What?
On the south side of the square.
See, and when you said they were on the south side of the square, I figured you knew exactly where, and that's why I asked that question.
South side of the square.
What do you know about Parker's Finds?
Antiques.
Yes.
They have fine antiques in there.
Are they fine?
They're fine.
They're so fine.
You need to go see them.
You know, if you like antiques, as I was a kid, I saw antiques.
That's how we learned it over there.
I thought it was
I was with you.
You're my boy, Blue.
Just saying.
You're in the same class.
That's how we learned it.
Everybody from the kindergarten to the 12th grade is in the same class over there. I'm just saying.
And we
Even
all
Wade
wanted to
Facklin?
visit the Yosemite Mountains.
Yosemite.
Yeah.
That's my boy.
Just saying.
All right.
All right, we're going to move along and talk.
No, we're still talking. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Never mind.
Yeah. We got two more teams to talk
We're
about.
not talking about the Yosemites anymore.
Yeah.
I can be quick on Edgewood,
Well, all right. Let's turn it over to you talk about the Edgewood Bulldogs.
and then we'll let Joel finish up with the Indians,
Which will be quick because they didn't play.
and then we can spend a little time talking about what happens the next.
Yeah.
Yes. So,
yeah.
and before we do that, I'm going to make a prediction, and then I'm going to forget about it next week if I'm wrong. Act like it
I'll
didn't
bring the
happen.
video back up just in case.
I think that the last week of the season, we're sitting here talking about that old Canton team that everybody talked about, undefeated.
Uh-huh.
I
One
think,
scored on.
I think that Canton beats Quinlan, and I think that they'll be playing Sunnyvale, and I think that's going to be a big discussion.
Boy, that'd be so interesting.
I just think it's going to happen.
Well, it won't be the zero.
That's my
It
prediction.
won't be the zero scored upon team, but
No, but they'll
it'll
be talking about it.
close. They'll be talking about it.
That Regal
I agree.
defense. That Regal defense is it's a new level. It's a different level.
Yeah, it's not a raggedy defense.
No.
It's a Regal defense.
Okay, so Edgewood, the Bulldogs had a nice bounce back win after Palmer previous week. They were at Prairieland. That one was 35-13. So they run their record to 3-2 at the halfway point. And from what I understand, this one wasn't as close as the final score suggested. Looks like the Bulldogs fumbled a couple of times as they were about to go in and score. In fact, twice inside the 5-yard line. Prairieland scored on a trick play, and then at the very end of the game, they scored again, probably against some of the younger kids for Edgewood. So Edgewood really kind of did what they wanted in this game, it looked like. You get the feeling that Edgewood just hasn't quite played their best football yet. They've had some really good moments, and they've beaten some good opponents, and we'll go through that in a minute. Let's look at their non-district schedule. You got Commerce, who is 4-1 now. Edgewood got that win. Commerce just beat Winsboro.
A bunch.
Yes.
Who is
Like, I don't know what the story is behind that.
Well,
Yeah.
let me tell you, this crazy thing about that Commerce Winsboro game was that it was Winsboro's homecoming. And Commerce goes in there and destroys them.
David, that doesn't make me sad either. Not a bit. So that's nice. That's a bonus right there. And then Troop is 5-0, ranked in the top 10, 3A Division II. Tioga's 2-2. Palmer, they're 5-0, ranked in the top 10, also in 3A Division II. I've noticed Edgewood still hasn't won back-to-back games. They still have not strung together back-to-back games. But through this pre-district schedule, they have become battle-hardened now. I think earlier we talked about Coach Bachtel. His theory was you play tough teams early. You're able to identify your weaknesses, and you got time to fix those. Only those tough teams will reveal those, and you got time to make adjustments. And so their goal is kind of to now get on that trajectory where you're peaking at the right time as you come into the district schedule. Right now you got Grand Saline at 4-1. You got Lone Oak at 4-1. I don't know about their schedule. I don't know about Lone Oak's schedule. Edgewood 3-2, and then you got Harmony, who Grand Saline has this week at 2-3. Quitman's 2-3, who Edgewood's got this week, and you got Prairieland 2-3, and Chisholm 1-4. So
the Toga party, Edgewood won, right?
yes.
Yes.
Yes, and had that well in hand until like the last 7 minutes of the game.
And you said you don't know about Lone Oak. Lone Oak has only lost one game, but they got beat by Tioga 7-47. So,
Okay.
And I know that everybody's like, you can't say that.
But it tells you a little something.
But
it tells you a little something.
it
right?
does.
So Edgewood has Quitman coming to town this week. It's Edgewood's homecoming. So it's Bulldog on Bulldog here. That's a 7:30 kickoff at IT James Stadium. Quitman is 2-3. Their wins came over Wolf City, who's 1-3, and Eustis, who's 0-5. So no meaningful wins from the Quitman Bulldogs. Go ahead, David.
No, I was going to say, you mentioned Edgewood's not 1-2 in a row.
Mm-hmm.
They will. This
Yeah, they had better. They had better roll this week. And this week they're gonna have a chance to get their offense. I talked to Paul Cates this week, and his feeling was, and I believe Paul, he's a good offensive mind. I believe he said as good as they've been in spurts on the offensive side, we haven't seen them really sink yet. The best could still be yet to come. And so, this week could be a chance to continue doing that. The defense is getting better and better. And, the hope is that you start to peak at the right time as you get into the meat of this district schedule. So the Quitman Bulldogs, they run the wing tee offense. Their defense is giving up 47 points a game. And so all signs point to a Edgewood Bulldog win at homecoming at IT James Stadium. And so we just wish Coach Kevin Bachtel and the Bulldogs the very best. And that kickoff is at 7:30.
All right. Do we need to turn things over to our guest here before we talk about the Grand Saline Indians?
Yes, unless you guys don't want to eat.
Oh, we do want to eat.
Oh, y'all want to eat. Okay.
I mean, that
What we have,
priorities.
What we have for you, my friends, is Chef Boyardee.
No.
No?
No. No.
Okay, if he's not Chef Boyardee, what would you call him?
I don't know.
Chef Boy Canton.
How about we just call him Ryan?
Yeah.
We could call him.
Call him the native son.
We could call him.
That's what he is. He's the native
He's
son.
the native son.
Hey, would you pass that menu down?
Yes.
Like I'm going to make a change?
That's what I was. I don't
Well,
even.
let me
I don't
just
need
glance
it.
at it,
In
David.
fact, I'm going to
Really
order
quick.
I'm going to
Okay.
order.
Well, I'll
two,
give it back.
Okay.
I'll
okay.
give it back.
We do have another special that we're running this week, so if that would pique your interest. We're doing a cornbread fried oyster po' boy.
That's what I'm getting.
That's
what I'm getting.
I'd get in trouble. I can't eat oysters.
You had me at oysters
All right.
or cornbread.
Yeah.
Oysters or po' boy, either one. Yeah. I want to try that. I want to try the new special.
All right. So we're gonna have two oyster po' boys.
You're going to try it too, T?
Yes. Oh, yes.
Good. That way, if we get our orders mixed up,
It won't matter.
we won't know.
That's true. Yeah, we'll try not to make that mistake again.
Now, here's the question. Can you get those medium rare?
Yeah, we like to make sure they're thoroughly cooked. Yeah, we're not trying to red tide anybody over here. So,
Just checking.
yeah.
Let's just check.
Man, that sounds good.
And I'm gonna think that Mr. Barber is gonna have himself a ham and brie with some waffle fries.
It's just hard to beat.
David, there's more on the menu.
Barber and Brie.
Gotta respect a man who.
But I will stick with my
All
usual.
right.
To go, please, with waffle fries.
We doing all these to go, guys.
So I'm going to do the turkey because Christy told me that's what she wanted. But
Okay.
I'm going to have you make a half a muffalata,
Yes, sir.
and I'll take care of the difference. But I want cracklings.
Okay.
In fact, if you throw extra cracklings in, it won't hurt my feelings.
Okay, I can do that. Yeah, so this oyster po' boy. Since we started, we wanted to make sure just kind of to have a good po' boy menu and keep rolling out some of these sandwiches. And so we're gonna, as we try them out, we're gonna start putting them on the menu full time and just slowly expand the menu. So when we started, we were doing a small menu that we rotated, and so now we're really just trying to build. Now that we kind of know our capabilities. And so I'm really excited about this one. We've been wanting to do it for a while, and we just kind of got to a point where we could. And then also today, we just dropped some new merchandise for the restaurant, and it's available in all your favorite school colors. So you can get it in your Canton Eagles green, or your Grand Saline orange,
And black.
Yeah.
and black. Which leads me to what color hat do you want? Do you want it in orange or do you want a black hat with orange?
Black.
Yeah, I figured. Yeah.
Ryan, how do we purchase that? Where do we purchase
So
that?
you can go to nativesuntx.com.
There we go.
And then it'll have a link for merch, and I've got it posted on Facebook, got it posted on Instagram, and link there as well. So
I'll be wearing one next week.
So we're gonna do like a 2-week lead time. So we're gonna get them ordered and start fulfilling them next week, probably.
Okay.
So.
What we're going to do is we're going to go on and place an order so that the guys can see, you can watch the merch.
A demonstration.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And see, I've got, you've got, I don't know what that guy over there in that corner is.
The
I
Godfather.
think David's van.
Yeah, but I don't know what color it is. So it
I
doesn't
don't
matter.
bleed red. I bleed Vandal red.
There you
I
go.
don't know what color that is or whatever's going on over there.
Right.
But you have Joel who said he wanted black. TA, I'm guessing you're going with green.
Hunter Green.
I won't.
Hunter Green.
All right.
Not Kelly Green.
So here's the thing. You can get two colors. You can get Hunter's green or you can get, well, three. Black and orange for Grand Sling.
Yep.
And then probably Will's Point, too. You know, you can still get
Oh,
your blue and white.
I forgot. Yeah, sorry. There's red over there for David.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got lost there.
Thanks for not leaving me out.
Yeah, I tried not to.
And there's
Oh, and
purple and gold options also
and-
for Edgewood. So.
And is this like a trucker hat?
So here's the deal. So all of the hats are Imperial performance hats, which is like your golf hat with the rope.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I will say that I've had trouble sourcing a Grand Saline orange Imperial hat. So I can't.
And I'll speak for Grand Saline, and there's some of them that won't like it.
Okay.
We want black anyway.
Okay. So I think I can get the black hat and the Imperial.
Do you have one
Yeah.
for my big head?
Actually, I think they make a big dome.
Don't worry.
Thanks.
Yeah. So let me
Don't worry.
Let me make a note of that.
We're going to
Walked right into that one, didn't I?
Supersize it.
Noggin special order. I might charge.
It's a hat on steroids.
Yeah.
David, they don't make them that big.
Yeah.
There's not enough room for it.
Okay.
Thank you.
So we're gonna get those rocking out. So maybe we can get some for you guys to represent.
I'm excited about this merch, Ryan.
Thank
I'm
you.
going to be ordering a lot of that stuff.
All right, I appreciate that.
Okay.
Great. It'll be glorious.
It's
I'm a
the
big hat guy. I like that.
It's a perfect gift for certain occasions.
Absolutely.
Choose your size and team.
and to support your community here.
And it's under Spirit shirt.
At all the Canton games, we should have extra hats that we can turn right around and sell right there on the spot.
That's right.
We'll fill up the whole home stand stadium with these hats.
I promise you we will.
That's what I'm talking about.
The possibilities are endless.
That's right. Yeah.
Literally. They're endless.
Endless.
Literally.
Untouchable.
Yeah.
Some would say when referencing Canton.
Okay.
All right, gentlemen. Well,
Thank you.
I'm gonna get in the kitchen and start.
All right.
Thank you, Ryan.
So
That's the right
Awesome as usual.
100%.
Appreciate it.
The Bears. That's the Ryan.
Ryan's got a great radio voice, too.
He does.
Man.
Hold on. I'm going to do my impression of Ryan. Hey there. What are you looking for? What do you want to do for supper? I'm just saying. I've got you completely
Help
covered.
me help you.
Yeah. Help me help you. Show you the supper.
The Grand Saline Indians. Joel is going to go over all of their touchdown drives from last Friday night. Go ahead, Joel.
Grand Saline did not lose, nor did Grand Saline win.
Well,
All right. So, touchdown. We're done. Let's go on to the. Sorry. Go ahead.
Hey, and I'll tell you. So, and here, I don't know if I told you this. No, you weren't here last week. I got in trouble. We're doing a little show over in Grand Saline too, and I said that I hope Edgewood beat Palmer.
Yeah.
Did I tell you about that yet?
No.
No.
So, my dad let me know that people were complaining to him that I had said that I wanted Edgewood to beat Palmer. And,
that's too funny.
The rivalry's alive.
Here's, I mean, and it's kind of like that. When I was a kid, my dad bought that shirt for all of us that said my favorite team is UT and everybody that plays and whoever's playing A&M. I wanted Edgewood to win. So if Grand Saline beats them, it's a better win, and it makes the game better.
Yes.
I'll tell you, I don't have any love lost for Quitman, so I hope Edgewood wins this week, which is probably going to make people from Grand Saline confused.
It's going to
but
happen.
Yeah.
they're, like, we're going to be happy that one of those Bulldog teams lose.
Mm-hmm.
So might as well make sure that it's Edgewood winning. So the next week will be bigger. Grand Saline plays Harmony this coming Friday. I don't think Grand Saline's going to look ahead. I know Coach Drennan does a good job making sure the players are prepared for the team that they're going to play, and they have been all season. There were some issues with cramps and stuff at the start of the season. It's like I said last week, Grand Saline probably had their best game against Joaquin 2 Friday nights ago. Everything was clicking, at least from my perception, the way that I had wanted it to. If they continue on with that, and I think after having the week off, everybody should be healthy. I'd like to see Grand Saline go in, take care of business, and in the second half kind of get their legs back back under them and not have to worry about injuries or anything like that, because even though we're not supposed to look ahead, we've already talked about we're going to be trying to meet up with Eric and Paul and all of that. David, of course, said, I said, what's next week? And he said, it's Texas OU. And I said, no, bigger. It's bigger than
Think
that.
bigger. Yeah.
Think bigger. So Grand Saline needs to go take care of Harmony, and I think they will. I'm confident as long, and of course, this is like most teams in this classification. If Grand Saline stays healthy, they should be doing well for a while.
Yes.
But next week's going to be the one where we're going to be talking a lot more about it. So
yeah, I don't have a really good feel for Harmony on what they are, because they've been beaten pretty badly by some pretty good teams.
Yes,
and they've taken care of some bad teams. I don't have a feel for what they are.
And what you said is true. I just can't see. Like I would feel confident that Edgewood would beat up on Harmony right now. I mean, and it may not be a big win, but a 3-touchdown win is still a pretty good win. So I think that I still think that, especially after Lone Oak's game against Tioga, and I think Lone Oak and Harmony may be playing for the 3rd and 4th spot, unless somehow Quitman sneaks up and does something, or Prairieland, and I don't see that happening. So
you can see who the lead horses are.
Yeah.
in this district.
Yep. So I'm feeling pretty good about it.
It's going to be another good one, Joel. And like we said, man, Van Zant County football is just at its best when the Indians and the Bulldogs are the programs are up.
It is.
Yeah,
it is.
And just think the week after that game is Canton-Wills Point.
Yes.
Another great Van Zant County matchup.
That's a rivalry.
It sure is.
It is. And talking about that, that's where I wish that. Now, granted, there would be some years that would be real bad if certain teams played each other inside the county, but I liked it when we all kind of played each other. Just like I was saying earlier, I'd love to see Canton play Van, but it is a lot more fun when everybody's doing well. So I'm glad Wills Point's doing what they're doing. Glad everybody else is giving us a good show this year.
Yep.
All right.
Did you have something you need to say?
Yeah, I got a little. Let's see if this thing works this time. Let me see what happens here.
Parker's Finds Antiques on the Square in Canton has lots of vintage stuff that will take you back in time. Locally owned and operated, they have antiques of all kinds. Parker's Finds has vintage items like cookware, plates, Rata cutlery knives, books, and furniture. Parker's Finds offers jams, jellies, and all kinds of sauces. With a casual and friendly environment, Parker's Finds is open Monday through Saturday from 10 to 7:30, located at 113 East Tyler Street on the Square in Canton.
All right, we're going to try that one more time because I figured something out one time. One time. Let's try it one more time. All right, so new is old, old is new, and everybody's hair-lipped. Let's go.
All right, in just a moment, and thank you very much, appreciate it. In just a moment, we're going to go to our most highly anticipated segment of the show, although it be abbreviated this week with just 2 games on the schedule.
He
But we're
said
going to come back
abbreviated.
with the Oofy picks, and we'll do that after we tell you that we are brought to you tonight by Mill Creek Dental. They're making East Texas smile. Dr. Ann A. Duddle, General Family and Cosmetic Dentistry, Orthodontics, 903-567-2207. They're located at 104 Burnett Trail in Canton. We're brought to you tonight by Ship and Print. Shipping, printing, faxing, copies, notary, office supplies. They have a community board. They have retail spaces for rent. They're located at 438 North 4th Street in Wills Point, 972-750-6063. We're brought to you by the Tim James Insurance Agency, Home, Auto, Business, and Farm. 548 West Highway 243 in Canton, 903-567-0627. And we're brought to you by Taylor Automotive, 27928 Highway 64 in Canton, 903-567-3948. I'm David Barber, Van Zant News sports correspondent, joined by T.A. Hale from the Buzz Brothers. Joel Elliott, the counselor. Engineer Ken is with us. Gentlemen, we've reached the portion of the show where it's time to make some picks. And I do have in my hand the information from the roving reporter, Scott Myers.
Okay, you got his pick.
So I've got his picks.
Okay.
And T.A., the number one question I'm always asked, do we have a sponsor?
David, not only do we not have a sponsor, these picks came in via fax to my office at 4:58 this afternoon.
Wow.
On a barely legible sheet of paper, handwritten. The fax number was international.
Oh.
Can't be traced.
It
Can't be traced.
Yeah, it appears that Ophie Sportsbook is on the run.
Offshore.
From various legitimate and non-legitimate organizations. But I'm always amazed that he, no matter what, at the last second he gets the pick, he gets the handicap sheet in for us. So
Wow.
it's here again today.
Well, better late than never.
Here
right?
they are.
Well,
Oofy's on the run.
and we want to remind everyone that 3 of our teams are off this Friday night, Van, Canton, and Wills Point. But we have 2 teams that are playing Friday night. T.A., take it away.
Okay. So game number 1, you've got the 3-2 Edgewood
So
Bulldogs.
what are our records?
Okay, I'll give that to you. Oh, well, I don't know yet. I wasn't here last week, so I got to get caught up on that.
Okay.
Yeah. You know
We'll
that's
announce
right.
that next week.
You know who I bet knows? Scott.
Yeah, he knows.
He knows
He
everything.
told me I'm in first place.
I guarantee you.
Scott knows everything. Unless he's saying David's in first place.
I didn't look at what place I was in. So anyway, back to this. So game number 1, you got your 3-2 Edgewood Bulldogs, who are ranked 20th by Max Preps this week. They host the 2-3 Quitman Bulldogs. Bulldogs, they are coming off a 35-14 loss to Harmony last week. Okay, this one is Bulldog on Bulldog.
Violence.
You got Edgewood minus 19, and your total is 55 on this one. Okay, so Godfather.
I'm going to go Edgewood and over because I think Edgewood wants to make a statement before the next Friday night.
Very good. Very good. Counselor.
Same.
Counselor's got Edgewood and over. Okay. That was fast. I've got Edgewood. I took the under just on a hunch, basically. I think it's homecoming night. They're going to be feeling happy and merciful. And so the score might not get run up just because they're going to be in a good mood. And so I got Edgewood and the under on that one. Okay. All right.
Well, let me tell you that Scott
Okay.
has Edgewood and under, and I think he's no, never mind. I thought he might be sending me some other information, but not about that.
Okay. All right.
So Edgewood under for Scott.
Got it down. All right. Game number 2, you got your 3-1 Grand Saline Indians. They're ranked 14th by Max Preps this week. They take on the Harmony Eagles, who come in at 2-3. The Eagles are coming off a 35-14 win over Quitman last week. So this one is Grand Saline minus 20, and your total is 52. Godfather.
Going Grand Saline and over. And for the same reason I was talking about Edgewood. Grant Saline wants to make a statement before the next Friday night.
Okay, I like it. Counselor?
Same.
All right. Grant's leaning over. And what does Scott have?
He has Grant Saline and over.
All right, that's unanimous. I also had Grant Saline and over, and for the same reason. I feel like the Indians are going to want to make a statement here, and so I got Grant Saline in the over, and those picks are in the books.
So
do you have the totals, Joel, after week one? Is that what you were doing?
well, I looked at Scott.
All right, you don't have to. I didn't.
Well, no, Scott, he sent it to us.
Okay.
Oh, he sent it to you. Okay.
I have not put this
Oh,
in.
it's in a group. It's in a group.
Oh,
This is not a-
apparently
He
you're-
says-
apparently you're number one there.
Yeah.
Joel.
Scott was 2-2. I was 2-2. You were 2-2. David was 3-1.
Okay. All right.
Now, here's what I want to say. Anybody that's playing for Edgewood, Mr. Golightly and your whole crew, Pimp it ain't easy. I want y'all to know everybody thinks that y'all can't score
Pimpin'
enough
ain't easy.
points. So I need Edgewood to go out and light that scoreboard up and prove TA wrong.
It wouldn't surprise
Roll them
me.
up. Roll them up.
It wouldn't surprise me.
And
Joel,
everybody
I
from
love that.
Grant Saline, I'm in a competition here. Y'all got to bear with me. I need Edgewood to whoop up on Quitman.
Joel, that's beautiful.
So-
Pimpin' ain't easy.
Pippin ain't easy.
Pippin ain't easy.
There is not a better kid than Lucas Pippin, I probably in the entire county.
I just like saying that. You know,
How did I miss out on that nickname? I'm just mad I missed it. I'm mad I missed it.
You mean
That's
you like that name better than Raleigh Hinch?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. I like his nickname. That's
Hinch-
a good nickname.
Hinch
Hinch
just-
has the best football name in the county for now.
Yeah.
There may be one that comes to the surface I have not heard about yet.
But you have to have a
Right.
phrase to go with
Right.
it.
yeah.
Hinch is just Hinch.
That's right.
You know.
And Rob.
No,
It's
okay.
got to come. It's got to come natural.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
He's got the
you
best
can't force this
actual
David.
name.
Okay.
Can't
All
force
right.
it.
Now,
We'll vote on that at the end of the year. Like we'll power rank the best names in the district.
now
I'll come up with something.
TA,
Like Genghis Kewin.
Yeah.
before we head out tonight, there is a question I'd like to ask you.
Okay.
Oh, crap.
Where were you Sunday night?
Well, I was on my couch.
Oh, you were not
No,
at AT&T Stadium.
my son took the tickets and went because David, all week long I was kind of in a therapeutic mindset, really a session the
State
entire
of
week,
mind.
telling myself that I don't care anymore. And I really told myself I'm getting better from this after 45 years. I'm starting to get well from this, and I'm not going to let it bother me. I told my wife that all the way home from the airport, and yet I was getting really irritated because I couldn't get 105.3 to come on. The radios are driving home. I couldn't hear it, but I sat on the couch and I watched the whole thing quietly by myself, and I'm not well. I'm not well.
Does your therapist know that you sat quietly?
I've
Okay,
relapsed.
just checking.
I'm sick forever.
Well, I'll just say this, watching from my couch the other night, I don't think either team is real happy with the outcome. And I think we're going to see the league take a hard look at the overtime rules before next season. Now, it won't be for this season, but I think they're going to try to make it be like college and high school.
There's got to
where
be.
you're going
Where
to
there
have
has to be a winner.
winner.
So, and
Yeah.
I've got a question, and Jacob and I talked about this last night. When was the ball, or when did the clock stop when the ball was called dead on the incomplete pass?
It's when it hits the ground.
That's what I thought.
So
ball hits the ground.
had that ball tipped up in the air, straight up, the clock would have expired.
See, they were saying on TV, here we are talking about what we saw on TV, but and not high school football, but they were saying that it went dead when the linebacker touched it. That's what they were, and that's I know that's not.
I don't know.
It's mine. And I'll tell you that Bonus Billy last night told us on air at the locker room show at KMU that he watched that replay, slow motion, time after time again, and he thinks they got the call right. Now,
I do too.
Scott Myers disagreed. He thought the clock should have read 0.
I'm just going on record of saying if Bonus Billy thought it was right, it was probably wrong. But you didn't hear bonus if you're listening.
Well,
I didn't say that.
I sometimes watch the Ole Miss games just to see if he's going to go nuts on
By the way,
I'm serious.
by the way, I know I'm grasping straws here, but speaking of bonus Billy, guess where he's going to be Friday night, Joel?
Where's he going to be?
He's going to be at the Edgewood Quitman.
You know what? I heard him
game.
say that this morning.
Yeah,
And he also said, why are football stadiums so cold?
that's right. Do you know that, Engineer Ken?
I
Why
do
are
not.
football stadiums
why
so cold?
are
I
they
don't.
so cold?
Because there's so many fans.
I got news for you.
Hey.
I got news for you. That's a crappy joke because I've been in those suckers and they're hot. Those fans are just blowing hot air.
You weren't at Rust the other night. You weren't.
Yeah.
No. Hold
John
on.
and Candy Scott. If we'd be dead if it wasn't for them.
Exactly. If Johnny, I mean, on Friday night, what happened was we were supposed to be in the press box. They had a section down there on the scoreboard end where we were supposed to be, and it was beautiful. It was cool in there and fan going. Everything was glorious.
Somebody tapped you on the shoulder.
Yeah,
Sir.
yeah. One of the Canton coaches says, "I know this is awkward, but
For you.
hey."
There's a nice spot next door
No,
for you right here.
No. This is awkward for you, but we've got this playback thing, this instant replay thing, and we need to be within shot of the camera. A cord has to drop down, and we need to be right where you are. Would you mind going over there to the coaches' boxes on the visitor side? And I said,
Do I have a choice?
I said, I'll go over there if somebody's going to help me carry all this crap back down there and back up the next stairs.
Oh, Ken,
and
I
they
didn't know
said,
about that.
they said, okay. So they did.
Somebody helped you?
They actually did. They came down. The coaches came down, helped me get all my stuff back down because I lug everything.
It's a lot of stuff.
and I lugged it all the way. They helped me lug it down, and I logged everything up. They helped me log it all the way down and back up the next steps. We got over in there, and I'm like, great Scott, nobody even turned. Well, the AC's on in that one little tiny room. And luckily, the skinny guys, Tommy.
Jack and Carter,
Jack, Carter, and Tommy.
they weigh about 100 pounds. soaking wet.
Yeah, they were okay with being in the not cool side. They gave me a whole room to myself. As a matter of fact, they kept leaving the door open. I kept going, what are you, raised in a barn? And they said,
You,
no. So
you suffer so much for the Canton Eagles. People don't even know.
people have no idea.
Yeah.
But anyway, it was a beautiful time. We got in there, we opened the doors, the windows, and we broadcast. And I had an AC blowing on me. I had because it was a coach's booth. You have a very short countertop up there. But I had all these stools that I had. Here's a computer, here's a monitor, here's a keyboard and a little mouse, all on the seat of a stool in my little room where I was able to work on that whole thing. So
Russ
that's
was
great.
so hospitable.
Now, Ken, I have a question for you before we leave the airwaves tonight.
Great. Number 24 is a breakfast burger on the Whataburger. Sorry.
No, with the fact the Eagles do not have a game Friday night, I had somebody ask me today, how is KWJB going to fill the airtime Friday night? And my response was they're going to play the best of the Buzz Brothers.
And I'm just going to go back with that is not actually the case. So what you don't know is the nighttime DJ on KWJB, Smoking Haunches. I usually go with pulled pork, but I'm just saying when you think about that kind of stuff, you get smoking haunches, you get pulled pork, but pulled pork is going to be on Friday night, doing her thing with her playlist. Great playlist. I'm just saying, and some of it's eclectic. Others is like, is it time to go yet? No, she's got a great playlist, really. Smokeahonest. Oh, yeah, that's it. Not Smoking Haunches. My bad.
Well,
all right.
Hey,
Sorry.
Joel, in my spare time on Friday night, since Canton's open, my lovely wife is going to be in Mississippi checking on our kids. I'm going to be alone. I'm going to go check out the Edgewood Bulldogs on Friday night.
Ooh.
Really?
You mean we're going to have bonus Billy at the stadium
And
T.A. Hale
T.A.
at the
Hale.
stadium
Uh-huh.
You know,
on the same night?
Yes.
you know what I can say? Nobody invited me anywhere, so you can all just
Well,
blow it out your jockey shorts.
can I-
Nope, not going to Van now. Too late.
No.
I brought it up. Now you're saying.
No, I'm just going to say this. I have no game to cover Friday night. So you know what I'm going to do? I told my wife, I said, dinner's on me Friday night. Where
There
do
you go,
wanna
David. There you go.
And she looked at me and she said, I won't believe it until Friday night about 6 o'clock that you are not going to a football game.
Y'all should eat at like 5 o'clock, and then you can still make a game somewhere.
That's what I was
No,
gonna say,
he
yeah.
said dinner's on him, so that's at 2 in the evening. I mean, in the
boy.
afternoon. My bad.
10 to
boy.
4.
Yeah, that's right.
It.
Oh, okay. Do we have any other business that needs to be taken care of?
No.
We have David Barber business.
Okay.
David, take it away.
All
sir.
right. For Engineer Ken, for T.A. Hale, for Joel Elliott, I'm David Barber. And we always like to say at the end of our program that you have been listening and watching the Huddle Show on the Bee.